Chris, thanks very much for sitting down ahead of the game against Peterborough. It's a chance to make it 6 League One wins on the bounce. Do you think of it that way, or is it just taking each game as it comes?
No, it's just each game as it comes. Those type of things are, obviously an example and a symbol of the progress we're making. But from my point of view, it's game by game. It's the next game is the most important, and fully focused now, and hopefully we can make it another win.
Looking back at the Rotherham game, another really impressive performance. Are we starting to see this team really gelling now and bringing the best out of each other?
Yeah, I think in the last 2 games, we've scored goals. We've obviously kept our first clean sheet of the season as well. So, yeah, I've liked the look of us in the last 2 games. I think we've given very little away, and we've been very dominant. How I want us to look, and we've been dangerous, scored goals. So it was all there in those last 2 games. So, I think there's been progress since the international break, I would say. Even though we were winning and playing well before, I felt, but we've just gone to a little bit of a higher level now. So for us, it's about maintaining and improving upon that.
To have started the way you have, how important has it been that you've set those kind of standards early and imposed yourself straight from the off?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, it's always, most of it is at training. Most of it's at the training ground. What everyone sees is the end product, which is the match day and everything that comes with that. But all our work is going on where people can't see it, basically. How hard we train, the discipline that the players show every day to prepare their bodies and train hard, recover well, prepare for games, tactically, technically, all this stuff is happening at the training ground. And if you do that well with high standards and very disciplined every single day and have this almost put the pressure on yourself every day, then when we arrive on match days, we're ready to go. And that's, I think, been the foundation of the success we've had. And now it's about consistency, because it's not about doing it for a couple of months, it's about doing it the whole entire season. So, and that's where we are right now. We've got maintain these high standards consistently.
Doing a bit of a dive into the statistics as well, your side have dominated the ball better than any side in the top 4 English divisions. How pleased can you be with how the lads have executed your game plans?
Yeah, it's been very good, because that has been a definite shift from where the club's been at. But I haven't sensed any issue with that, to be honest. We very early on got into it in terms of how to build up from the back, why we want the ball, and what we're going to do with it. And yeah, we've managed to dominate games. Obviously, the whole idea is possession is not an objective; it's a consequence of the style of play. It's to attack. It's to attack as much as possible. When they've got the ball, attack them with our pressing, and we've got the ball, attack. And by the consequence of that is high possession numbers, never an objective in itself. But yeah, it shows the level of control we've had on games, and we need to impose that. This weekend's game, as an example, is a team that's top 3 in our division for ball possession, so they're also used to and want to have the ball. So it's important that we can impose ourselves on the opposition.
It's been about a week since Tom Huddleston came in as a coach. What has he brought to the setup so far, and how has he fit in?
Yeah, he's been very good. He's been coaching now for a few years in a player coach role at Man United, and then went to Wigan. And he brings top level experience as a player, in particular as a central midfield player, where he was a distinguished midfield player for Spurs and played for his country as well. So specific insights there, but just generally he's a good coach, a good presence to have around, a link for the players to relate to and talk to, and has been putting some possession exercises on in training, and very good start for Tom. And I think he'll add to. We've got obviously Ben Petty, who's an excellent coach, number 2 assistant manager, and then obviously Jonathan Grounds, who's focused more on the sort of player development pathway, and he's been with us now for a few weeks. So we've got a good coaching group. Mike Taylor, obviously an excellent goalkeeper coach. We've got a good group, and Tom's added to that.
Looking at Peterborough themselves, they've had a decent start, but last couple of seasons, of course, made the playoffs, done very well there. Are you expecting them to provide a very good test?
Yeah, absolutely. They're the best team that we've faced. That's what my analysis suggests to me this season, and I think it's going to be our biggest challenge of the season, this game. Obviously, the next match is always the biggest challenge, but this one, they're the best team we've faced. They have good quality players, good way of playing, and you know, if you're not concentrated and ready, then they can cause you a problem with the ball. And you know, young team, but a good team.
Like you mentioned there, they like to play with a lot of possession themselves. Do you see them setting up differently or sticking with their style?
No, I don't see them changing too much for us. I think they'll do what they do. As you say, they've been in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, which says it all. You know, they're one of the better teams in the division, and they'll be up there again this year, from what I've seen. So no, I don't see them looking to change too much about who they are, and it's going to be about who can impose themselves on the game best.
The game also kicks off a couple of weeks of playing Saturday, Tuesday. Do you expect to employ a bit of rotation to keep things fresh in that period?
Yeah, I do. We'll see where we are after this next game. I mean, we obviously have got a squad and we need to use it. There's 3 games in a week, which is going to be intense, all against strong opponents. So, yeah, we're going to need to use the squad. How exactly that will look, I don't know yet. I'm not one that's sort of planning 2-3 games ahead. It's always let's focus on the next game and see where we are from there, see what the energy levels are like, the fitness levels are like, and make decisions from there.
Obviously, it's brilliant to have seen Alfie Chang back on the grass as well and having some little involvements in training. Has that been a boost for everyone, not just him, seeing him after so long?
It is, yeah. I think for someone like Alfie, you know, he's a player that is, every morning I've come in, he's the first player in. He's in the gym, worked extremely hard at his rehab. One of those players that you just will and wish they get back to full fitness and start to flourish, because he's got a brilliant attitude. I haven't seen a lot of him as a player yet, obviously, because he hasn't been training properly with us, but just to get him back involved in a warm-up is a big step for Alfie, and again, day by day, week by week, hopefully he can grow in his strength and his confidence again, and he can recover properly.
Just finally on injury news, are there any updates on Dion Sanderson, Lee Buchanan, Ethan Laird or Luke Harris?
Yeah, so starting with Luke. Luke's still a while to go yet. He's been obviously in a kind of a boot for his ankle injury, so it's been a little while. Ethan's making reasonable progress. Was outside sort of jogging on the grass this week, so but still a little way to go. And then Dion's been back training more with the first team, but you know, again, a significant period that he was out for, so it's sort of getting fitness for him. And then Lee was training with us. He's just had another niggle, so a little bit of a niggle, so he's back in the treatment room again, but hopefully won't be too far.
Gaffer, thank you very much.
Thank you.